Hey everybody, welcome to Jump Out Drills, making your training look more like reality and going into another point coming up. So, first thing is making the training look like reality. So we're going to drive to a location, we're going to get out on the side of the road where I would typically be requested to go look for shell casings or maybe even a firearm. So as you're seeing, I am going to pull over to the side of a busy road and begin some search work. I also always have my ritual where I give my dog the search command, as well as clicking over from his collar to his harness. This is his signal or cue that we're going to go to work. Okay, just to give you guys some context, the wind right now is blowing behind me, but going diagonal from my right side to my left side. So it's behind me, but it kind of goes diagonal across the area we're searching. Because of this, I'm looking for my dog to cut backwards sometimes. If he catches something, he'll pull me backwards towards target odor if there was any. I'm also picking this spot that I'm in because it's a halfway point between the road, which is to my left, and the high grass, which is back towards my right. And if somebody was, let's say, shooting from a vehicle towards wildlife or doing something, spent shell casings would be landing somewhere in this general area. My leash allows them to go 10 feet to my right, and then of course 10 feet to my left. Once I get down to the end of the suggested search area, then I'm going to turn around and work my way back to my vehicle with the wind in our face. So this is kind of the tactic I'm employing as I'm searching this area. I'm also watching his behavior. He's mostly just kind of sniffing different things in the ground, kind of finds a couple molehills here and there, checks them out, goes on. He's not giving me anything at all that I would say is predictable, repeatable, and reliable to odor. This also, to be honest with you, really helps me understand what he looks like when he's smelling other distracting things, and like in this case, molehills and other pieces of trash and things that are going to be discarded on the side of a roadway. But he overall is doing really well, despite all the cars going by and everything else. Come on. Now, some of you may ask, Cameron, why would you allow your dog to smell these other things on the ground? Why not keep him on task? Why did you allow him to have a little pee break right there on something or mark something? So, in some cases, that grass is thick. I can't tell at first, is there something buried in that grass that he's finding? Or is he checking something out? I weigh out my pros and cons to what do I want to risk versus what am I trying to gain. So in this case, as long as he's staying actively working and he occasionally smells something that was maybe, like I said, a molehill or something slightly distracting, I got to let him figure it out. Now, if it became excessive or problematic, absolutely, I would put him back on task. But if he's not overly distracted by these other things, gets back to work, I'm going to leave him alone. Okay, now we're working back with the wind in our face, going back towards my car. So I am managing him, trying to keep him from going out of the roadway there. Also, I'm watching traffic as I'm watching him, because when people see somebody working a dog by the side of the road, they get distracted themselves and they may lose track of where they're at on the roadway. So you always have to have safety in mind when working a dog next to a roadway. And at the same time, keep your eyes on your dog. It's always ideal to have a spotter or somebody there to keep an eye on the traffic for you, but this is what we're doing, and this is why you have to be able to multitask as a dog handler. At this point, he's been doing a really good job of showing me some negatives, kind of popping his head up, looking around, sniffing the grass, been going back to work, but then, like there, popping up, showing me there's not much in the area. At this point, I feel comfortable based on the area that we checked. There's nothing there, so I'm going to give him his end of search cue, and he's all done.
All done. Good boy, Emmy. Oh, good boy, yeah. There you go, good boy. Get your ball. Good boy.